Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to Hey Rail. In this video, we're going to concentrate on the Central Jersey, or Jersey Central, however you want to say it, railroad in 1955. So you notice I'm picking out a specific time period. So I know everybody's going to ask, why did I pick that particular date? I mean, some people have a broad date of running trains in a certain time area, and there are people who run trains in one particular time period. That's what I'm going to do here, 1955, with the Jersey Central. And the reason why I picked out 1955, well, to make the story really quick, when Lionel first announced that they were coming out with the camelback in number 774, I thought it would be the perfect train to run. At first I was looking at possibly running an excursion train, but at that time I figured they probably never ran an excursion, so but I'll do that on Hey Rail. And then the passenger cars got kind of hard to find by the time I got it, so I was looking at making a coal train out of it. And then a viewer watched my videos and offered me the set that I was looking for. And then finding out that the Central Railroad, New Jersey, really did have an excursion the last 2 years that the 774 ran. And this is all stuff that just came together like a puzzle. I was like shocked. Nothing ever works out in the end, you know. Not for me, not that kind of luck. You know, I bought the 774 without even researching it. You know, I just liked it, wanted to have something Jersey Central, and here it ended up being a very famous locomotive that pulled a couple of important excursion trains near the end of its time. So we'll talk more about the trains that will be running on the layout again after midpoint of the video. And you notice I said trains with a plural. So people were asking, Sean, we see you running one train at a time in your video, but you got two main lines. How come you never run two trains at one time in the video? Alright, so this is for those who want to see two trains running in the video. I'll explain more of that later in the video, but I basically made a short freight local on the outside main. On the inside main will be number 774, the 1955 excursion. The time period is New Jersey in 1955. I'll explain all that in the middle of the video. Don't miss the story. For now, let's enjoy the Jersey Central 1955.
Dispatcher, we're ready. Is it okay to pull? Over. Please stand by. Out. What are your orders? Says hold here for Q East and then take the main to the next interlock. Hold the main and we'll hoop orders past the tower. Call in the flag man. Let's get going. Yes, this is good. Ready to pull. orders. Copy that, dispatcher. Starting up the engine. Out. Dispatcher, waiting on a clear track. Can I roll? Over. Negative. Hold your position. Over. Understood. Standing by. Out. Dispatcher here. You are cleared outbound. Over. That's great. Thank you, sir. Out.
Alright, we're back from our train run. Once again, this was specific to the 1955 era on the Jersey Central or Central Railroad of New Jersey. And as promised, I told you guys I would tell you the story why I picked 1955 in particular as the date to run these trains. So many of my viewers would already have seen I've made at least 3 different videos on the Lionel Central Jersey camelback number 774. I also made at least 3 different videos of my Central Railroad New Jersey F3A. For those who have seen the video, I have an ABBA, but I only ran the A unit today, and I'll explain why here in a minute. So, the reason why I chose 1955 is because 1955 was the last year that the CNJ ran number 774, and it was for an excursion train that was sponsored and put on by the Electric Railroaders Association. And that excursion started in Jersey City, went south to Winslow, South Jersey, then from Winslow to Bridgeton in South Jersey, which is where I live, and then from Bridgeton to Jim Thorpe. So this is a special train to me because this train actually visited my town in 1955 after I did all the research. The CNJ ran steam well into the dieselization time period because they didn't have a lot of money. It was officially retired from commercial service in 1954. There were a couple of excursions after that, this 1955 one being one of them. And if you watch my videos, unfortunately, they were trying to save number 774 for the B&O Museum, but the CNJ decided to scrap it, which put a lot of sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, but I can understand. It was a very famous locomotive, and I agree, it should have been saved. Now, during this time period, the tangerine and orange F3s were actually running freight on the Central Railroad of New Jersey. Fun fact that the tangerine and orange F3s never pulled passenger cars. At least from my research, they always pulled freight. So if anybody has any comments about that or photographs of that pulling passenger service, please let me know. But they didn't rely on the F3 for passenger service. The Central Railroad or CNJ F3 Tangerine and Orange is also special to me because there was a set, an A and B set that sat here in South Jersey forever. And I remember them as a kid, and finally they got moved. And I found out that they got moved over to the Steamtown, Pennsylvania park over there. But so yeah, the reason why I picked 1955 once again is because the F3 was built in 1947 and it was not taken out of service until 1965 was the last year that ran. Now the reason why I pulled the B and the A units is because when I went to make up this specific time era 1955 train, I found that I only have a few cars that were actually made 1955 or older. So that's all the freight cars that I have at this point that are 1955 and older. So I thought it would look kind of dumb to have an A, B, and A unit only pulling, 9 cars here. I'm glad I did this run because I would like to keep my Jersey Central time specific to 1955, so if I'm doing that, it looks like I need to add some more older cars to the F3 tangerine orange and blue locomotive. So I hope you enjoyed 1955 CNJ or Jersey Central on Conahay Rail. I sure did. And like I said, these trains, I'm going to keep this time specific to 1955. And as far as adding more freight cars, yeah, I need to do that. But due to budgets and already I got pre-orders, I probably won't be able to do that until next year. But for now, I enjoyed the run. I hope you did as well. And next video, I'll try to do a dual mainline Conrail action. Until then, see you trackside and goodbye.